Morning everybody. Let's start with some stretching just in the shoulders first. So you're going to need your ball, your cushion, and if you've got your elastic band, perfect. If you've got one that's in a circle shape, then even better. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it so it's on the palm of the hands. So both palms are inside and your palms are facing up. We're going to sit nice and tall as we can. And we're just going to open and close the arms, opening that band and then releasing. So you go out, keep your elbows on your waist though, and then release, open out, release. So right into the deep center part of that shoulder is where you should find that you feel this as you pull the band out to the sides. We're going to go for 5 more. So it doesn't matter on how far you pull it apart, as long as you're finding that you feel just enough of the tension. It shouldn't hurt. If it does, you're pulling it too hard. Let's go 3, and then 2, and 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just take it so that the palms are facing down to the floor. And if you can, pop them so they're in front of the legs. If you've got straight legs, just rest them on top of your thighs. Sitting again nice and tall, we're going to do the same thing. So it's a different sort of department of the shoulder. So you're going to just open again, out, release, out, release. You're trying to keep the arms nice and straight this time if you can the whole time. And we're going to go again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to take the exact, so position stays the same, but we're going to take our hands above our head. So we're going to keep, again, if we can, the arms are always in front of the face. So you should be able to see both your arms in front, and you're going to keep the arms straight. We're going to go out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax. So the shoulders should feel just warm, a little bit of tension, hopefully should be released. And then we're going to go and work on the neck now, so like we usually do. So lying down, we're going to grab our ball and we're going to place it underneath the head, move the cushion just to one side, and we'll just focus on the neck for the first bit. So lying, head on the back of the ball, neck is free, looking to the ceiling, relaxing the rest of the body, especially the arms and the shoulders, and turning the head first, side to side. So looking over the shoulder, but try and keep that lovely straight line coming through the center as you look to the other shoulder. And just keep thinking about if you could go a little more, you can go, but without having to move any part of the other part of the body. So it should feel nice. Less and less tension should be happening as you're doing it. Let's go again, 1 more each way. And then last one. And then let's center up again and tuck the chin. So nod the chin to the chest, feel the stretch. Let go and look again to the ceiling. And again, tuck the chin to the chest. And release, look up again to the ceiling. Let's go again, tuck. Release. And 3. And 2. And 1. And up and circle. So teeny tiny circles, so no bigger than your 10p. 5 each way of these first. And then go back the way. Well, I'm going back the other way, so whenever you've done your 5, go back. And then going back in the opposite and a big circle. So as open as you fancy, opening up, feel the stretch, let the ball just move around and help you go into the circle more. Sorry if you can hear a little baby. My son's outside playing in the garden with his daddy, so that's the little sounds if you hear them. And then back the other way, nice and open. Finishing up. And then back to centre. And then what we're going to do is pop that to one side, grab the cushion, but we are going to put the ball underneath now. So let's just warm up the hips for a moment. So make sure that you've got the ball in between the bottom and the lower back. So it should find that it supports the lower back. It's not uncomfortable. If you need to move it up or down, move it further. So what we're going to do is pelvic compass. So feet are hip distance apart. Relax the shoulders, and we're just going to start tipping the hips towards your tummy button. And then we're going to tip the hips away. And then tip the hips towards the tummy button. And then tip the hips away. Rib cage is completely still. So are the shoulders, so those 5 points. The toes are stuck to the floor. The hips are moving and mobilizing around. And then you've got the ribs still, shoulders still, and then head still. And then each time you find that you get like a little pinch on the lower back. If you're especially tight, this is absolutely perfect for this. I've got a couple of people, I've got loads of people who do horse riding. So a lot of people like to do this for horse riding, just to kind of move those hips in the right direction. You can practice it on your horse. It's good for that as well. And then you're going to come back into the center. We're going to change direction. So we're going to go side to side again. Try and keep it completely isolated just to this area. So we're going to let one hip just drop down. You're compressing that ball. You're not rolling over on it. You're dipping and making a dent basically on the ball. And then you're going to come in and you're going to dent the other side of the ball. And then back. And remember, your toes are still magneted to the floor. Your knees, they're not going to clap or open. Going to stay nice and still. And let's do 2 more on each side. One more on each side. Last one. And then we're going to do the circle. So tip the hips towards you. So nice and slowly, the hips come towards the tummy button. And we're going to go around to the left, away. Watch your ribs. Around and back to you again, and then again going around, away, around, and then back. And we're going to go 2 more times around. Rib cage still. Put your hands across your rib cage if you need. Last one in this direction. Let's reverse it. So let's go back the other way. So feet still very much stuck to the floor. This way is a little bit trickier for me. Obviously that side of my brain is a bit asleep. Around, back, and around. We'll go once more this way. And then coming back into the centre, and then just let your legs have a quick stretch. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do some toe taps. So the arms are just going to relax themselves either side of us, and we're going to do same We're going to do opposite leg, and we're going to do doubles. And then we're going to do some knee circles after that, and we're going to do some double knee circles also. So what we're going to do is make sure that the feet go back to hip distance apart to start with, and then you're going to gently pick up one leg and the second leg. The ball's supporting you. You shouldn't find that you're wobbling. You're not holding onto the floor. You're relaxed. And then we're just going to start with some toe taps. So we're going to send the leg away from the thighs where you direct it from. The knee stays bent, and you come back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax your legs. Your tummy is doing the most work. And back. And away. And back. Let's go 2 more times on each leg. 1. And 1. And 2. And 2. And then just pop the feet down to the floor just for a minute, just let the hips relax. And then what we're going to do is doubles, so just bring the feet together this time. So you're going to keep your feet together, knees are going to squeeze together. I want you to think of both your legs now as one leg together, and you're going to gently pull that tummy in, and you're going to bring them up together. If that's too much, just bring one leg up at a time, and we're doubling up. So you're going to keep those ankles and knees together, and is gently going away. Exactly the same feeling. It's coming from the top of your thigh as you take your legs away. It's like you're aiming for the floor, but you don't touch the floor in this one at all. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, breathe in. Let's go for 3. 2. 1. And then gently pop your feet back on the floor and just let the legs again just relax on the floor. This is a good stretch for that lower back and the pelvis, especially leaving the ball there. Feels strange, but it is a good stretch for these hip flexors. Okay, popping those feet back. So some knee circles next. So we're going to bring the feet back to hip distance apart. So once we're here, we're going to then bring one of our legs up. So bring your favourite one up. And then you're going to keep this leg that is on the floor stuck to the floor. It's not going to wave around either. It's solid. It stays put. And the leg that's in the air, right from where the base of your leg starts, is where you circle. So you're going to do nice little circles. They're not big in this case. You want to keep them small. And we're going to do 5 each way. Again, relax the leg. Tummy is hopefully doing a lot of the work. And that's 3. 4. 5. Let's go back the other way. Again, everything still, rib cage still, shoulder still, head still, big toe still. Let's go 2 more. And then drop. Feet back to hip distance apart. Next leg. So that foot stuck to the floor. This one's going to do the work. So let's go. So 5 small circles. It's a bit of a burner, this one, if you do it properly. Everything else stays completely still, then this has to feel the burn and do the work. One more this way, and then we'll go back the other way. Keep really still on your blue ball as well, so that you're not wiggling around there. Again, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 5. For some reason that side is much easier, but I've had a niggle in my hip on my right hand side, so it just shows you when you do have a pain in your lower back on one side, it will definitely make sense. It happens along a leg on that side, so good to make sure you do those ones if you've got a particular side that is feeling a little bit ouch at the moment. We're going to do doubles now, so a little bit of coordination. So we're going to bring up both the legs, and we're going to make sure that they don't bump into each other. So we're going to go clockwise and then anti-clockwise, so both legs. And it's a little bit of balancing for this one. So you're going to take your legs towards you, out to the side, down, together, to you, out, around and down, together. Let's go 1, well that's 2, this is 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to go the other direction now. So this time we're going to bring the feet away, out, around and back, away, out, around and back. 3, 4, 5. And then drop your feet back down. Take the ball out from underneath you. Give your knees a nice squeeze towards your chest. And then we're going to keep the ball out for a moment, and we're just going to do a little bit of some spine curls, and we're going to use the ball again, just to have a break from the legs. So you're going to put the ball in between the knees. Feet go back to hip distance apart. Reset your body also, so making sure that your hips are in the right place. You've got your natural curve in your back, shoulders, head, ribs, feet. They're all nice and heavy in the heavy spots. And we're just going to do a couple of normal spine curls. And then I've written down, okay, so we're going to do those ones. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go up and down, and we're going to whip the ball away. So you're going to lift yourself up, we're going to tip, flatten the back. Glutes are on straight away, and you're going to lift yourself up. And then you're going to take it nice and slowly, and think of every single one vertebrae placing itself back on the mat. And then coming back down. It's going to really encourage any stiffness in your back to get rid. So again, up, pushing forwards with the knees, feet really heavy, chest is relaxed. So now as you come down, try and think of this part here. This is like a block on most people. So really encourage this part of you to go eensy wincy bits, all down, bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, all the way back, hips where they are. So again, lifting up, breathing out, pushing your knees over, relax the ribs, shoulders, and then again think of each individual vertebrae in your spine peeling itself, and then back. I'm going to go once more. So again, up, pushing the knees, glutes are on, and then again really encourage that gentle incy wincy bits going down bit by 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 bit back to the floor. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take the ball away, and we're going to make sure the feet are hip distance apart, making sure your knees are the right distance. We're going to do some knee openings when we're at the top in this position, okay? So what we're going to try and do is keep your hips as still as possible. They're going to really try and go down, and think of a marble across the base, the on top of the hips. You want to keep it like that. You don't want them to roll the marble off the side of your hips. So up we go. Once we're here, what we're going to do is we're just going to gently let one leg open out to the side, and your foot will just gently roll onto its side. My hips have not changed. It's going to want you to do this, but you're not going to let it. And then you're going to close. You're going to do the same on the other side. You're going to open the leg, keep your hips up, and then back, and then you roll back down. So that makes sense. So if I'm up in the air, you're going to let your knee go out. So you've got to just watch the other leg doesn't go squiffy and go in the opposite direction. So there's a lot of thigh work, bum work, and hip work for this one. So up we go. And then once we're here, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to the leg go out. Your bottom does not give up. It comes back. The other leg goes out. You go onto the side of your foot if you need to. You come back. And then you go back down. So if you can obviously pause for a minute whenever you look, if you've got like a reflection of a TV, just have a look and see if you'll have a quick peek as well and see if you're moving the hips at all. So again, we're going to go up. Once we're here, making sure The hips are still, you're going to open up the leg on the side of that foot if you have to. Other side, open up and back. And then gently you come unfolding the spine back on the mat. We're going to go for 4 more of these. So again, we go up. You push your knees over your toes. You keep your hips up. Your bottom is working. You let your leg go out. Don't drop. Open up. Don't drop. Keep those feet on the other side still. And rolling down. So you should find that these glutes are starting to feel the benefit of this. So again, we've got 3 more. Up we go. And then once we're here, we're going to go out, back, out, and back. And then down nice and slowly. And then 2 more, let's go up. Pushing those knees forwards. 1, 2, keep the other foot stuck to the floor that isn't working. Down you go. And then last one, up we go. And open. And open. Down you go. And then give your knees a nice squeeze towards the chest. That one's a bit hard on the last few, really burning it up. Okay, and then from here, what we're going to do is a new one. We're going to use the ball only if you need to. I would use it if your lower back's a bit delicate. Mine is from holding a enormous 8-month-old child. So we're going to open the toes back to where they were. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and keep the body, the rest of the body nice and still. So tummy has to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift one leg up. It looks like we're kind of cycling. So what we're going to do is we're going to push away and we're going to push to a straight leg, up and back, and then push straight, up, bend, push straight, up, bend. If you want to point your toe, it gets the length in the leg and bend. So you push, lengthen, up and back. So again, you're super still on this ball, okay? Don't let this leg trick you to moving too much. So straight, kick, bend, straight, kick, bend. If you can, get more flexibility, so maybe a little bit closer to you, bend, straight, up, bend. This leg's nice and still, straight, kick, bend. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and then bring it back. Recheck your feet, lift it up, and we're going to go straight, up, back, straight, up, back. This leg's a lot tighter, my goodness. Straight, up, back, straight, up, back. Don't worry about my flexibility. It's all about where you go. So if you're tight, you may only be able to go to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. That's where you go. Focuses on the straightness in the leg. And then hopefully it finds that it just keeps mobilizing, it just keeps getting better with the motion going on, that the muscle just starts to lengthen out. Let's go 2 and 1, and then back, and then bring the feet together, and then just take the ball out for a moment and just straighten the legs out. Just let your legs relax, arms up. Hopefully the legs should feel nice and stretched out from there. Bring the feet back up. What we're going to do from here is we're going to put the band, if you can, over the knees. So what we're going to do next is we're going to pop the band across the knees. So it's above the knees, it's not on the knees. And then if you've got a normal band, just tie it in a knot basically, and however hard you want to make it for yourself is obviously how tight you make the knot. So what we're going to do next, okay, cool, so we're going to do those. So we're going to bring the feet so that they are back to hip distance. So you've got to open up your band anyway, so there's tension already there. So what we're going to do next is making sure that the hips are in the correct position, ribs, shoulders, head and toes. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the hips completely still, and we're just going to open the leg out to the side and then bring it back. So this does not move. Think of a marble here. It's not going to roll over and fall off your hip if you go too far. So pull the band back, open up. It's kind of what we did actually when we were just doing our spine curls. We've got our feet on the floor. We've got some feedback there because we've got the floor underneath us. And open. If it's too easy, your band's not strong enough. My band, I don't think is strong enough. I've got a nice easy one. And open. And open. Let's go 2 more each side. Open. If it's not strong enough anyway, just doing this exercise is just one of those secret exercises for the hips. It just keeps everything oiled up continuously. You're just moving those bone and muscle around in their sockets and getting all that liquid moving around so there's no clicking or stiffness. Let's go once more. And then back. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take one leg down onto the floor, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to literally just lift the leg up, and we're going to pull against the band, drop. You can flex your foot as you're doing it, so it gives a huge stretch for this. So up, down. Some of you are going to be more flexible than others. Down. So you're pulling the band towards you, which triggers here. As you pull the band down, you're pulling here. You can do it without the band if you think, ouch, too much. Up, down, up. We're going to go again. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. And then pop your foot back on the floor. And we'll do the leg. Recheck your feet on the floor. Let's lift up. 1. Flex. Flex your foot. And when you're dropping it to the floor, you're just going to give it it's a tap. You're not just letting go completely. Again, keep your pelvis really still. Keep that foot that's on the floor nice and still. Let's go again. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring it back. And then from here, we're going to come up and sit. And we're going to, actually, let's take these off just for a moment. So we're going to come up and do some waist twist just to get the body moving. So we're going to do some threading the needle in a minute. So it's going to just warm up this section of the body which you're using when you do threading the needle. So if you can just pop your hands on top of your head, sitting nice and tall. You should be able to see the elbows out the corner of your eyes. Relax the shoulders in underneath your ears, and we're going to twist to your left. We're going to look ribs, chest, head, and then we're going to come back into the center, keeping your bottom heavy the entire time. Your legs aren't moving. And then back, you're not leaning back to get further around either. And then back. And again on the side. This is also another very underrated exercise. It's really good to do first thing in the morning. It's getting all of the rib cage section moving, and then obviously it lets anything free. So if you've got a tight chest, if there's any anxiety or anything that's causing you to have a tight chest, this is a really good one to just move it around, let you just have a deep breath, and then just let you breathe. Good. That was asking how long I'm going to be. Good. One more each way. And then finishing up this side. And then back into centre. So you should find that there was some movement going on. I've definitely got tight ribs at the moment from having to sit down, pick up, all that sort of stuff. So it's really beneficial to keep doing those, especially if you can in the morning. Like I said, if you feel anxious at the moment or anything like that, it's nice to get the moving, the natural breathing going again, because when we get anxious, it's all up in the neck. So we want to make sure we're breathing from the ribs. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do some, I just said them, threading the needle. And then we're going to do finish up with something on our tummy. So onto your hands and knees. So I'm not sure, I changed the camera angle this week, so let me know if I'm too close or anything. So we're going to just bring ourselves so that we've got the ball. I'm going to show you so you understand how far you're actually going with the ball. It's a nice stretch. So we're going to do like a stretchy version and then the proper threading the needle version. So your ball is just going to be on the side that your arm is. So you're going to come onto your hands and knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the tummy's lifted, and you're going to put the back of the hand on the ball. Sorry, it needs to just be underneath the arm. And all you're going to do is you're just going to let the arm just pull underneath and then come back up. So if I show you, it's better probably on this side of the arm. So you pop the hand underneath, and then you're just going to let the arm just roll under and then come back. So that's just stretching out the arm. So put the back of the hand on the ball, and then it's like you're just letting it roll under. It's a lovely stretch across the front of your shoulders and chest. And then again, push the ball underneath, bring it back. And again, turn under and push. And then we'll go again once more each way, turn under, push, and back, turn under, push, and back. So you can keep on doing that one if that feels comfy. Otherwise we're going to do proper threading the needle. So I'm just going to put my ball so it's in the middle, and then you want to make sure that your head always stays in that line with the ball. So firstly what we're going to do is we're going to turn one hand upside down, and then whichever direction the fingers are facing, you look in that direction. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to then bend your other elbow, and then you're going to bend forwards with your hips, and you're going to send the arm underneath like you kind of did with the ball. And then you push this bent arm back to the beginning. So I'm going to turn my other hand upside down. I'm going to bend my opposite elbow. I'm going to bend my hips and look, and then I'm going to thread my needle. But don't sit down. It's much easier to obviously instead of bending your arms, it's easier to obviously fold your knees. So try and think of your head getting closer to the floor. In this one, head never moves out of this line with the ball. So you're going to turn your hand upside down again. You're going to bend your opposite elbow and look, and then you're going to thread your arm. Don't sit on down, come back up. I know where my head's going, but if you want to, you can put the ball underneath where your bottom is. So if you squash, you know you went wrong. So again, turn the hand upside down, look, elbow bends, and thread the arm. Push the floor away, turn the hand under. Look, bend the elbow, thread the arm. Push away, and again turn the hand under. You look, you bend your arm, you thread your needle. And again, so if the left hand goes under, the right elbow bends, and you thread. And then finishing with the last one, turn it under, look, bend, thread, and then bring it back, and then just take the ball away for a second and just drop down. Take the stretch, and then from here, cool, we're going to go into a dart. So we're going to bring the cushion underneath the hips for this one. So lying down on the stomach, so you're lying onto your tummy, hips, and then you've got your hands in front of you, so you're just going to pop your hands in the front. You're going to rest so that your legs are nice and relaxed, and you're going to put your forehead on the floor. So it's tricky, this one. It's a little movement, but it's for that hunch that is potentially forming. So you're going to make sure you roll your nose into the diamond that you've got in front of you. You're going to lift your head off the floor, but just your head, maybe your neck obviously as well, but not your chest. From here, you're going to bring one arm and stick the back of the hand on the forehead. Same with the other hand. And then from here, we're going to wipe and touch the thigh. We're going to wipe, touch the thigh. Bring the first hand, bring it back in the forehead. Other one comes back in the forehead, and then rest your head. So it's a really small movement. It's a big muscle in the back of the top of the shoulders and back. So again, look into the center, lift your head and neck up. Bring one hand up, second hand up. Go around, staring at the floor the whole time. Come back, relax. Again, lift the head up. Hand, reach around. Come back, rest down. Let's go 3 more. Lift the head, neck up. Arm, reach. Come back, relax. You should find it all around here. If it's in the lower back, you're lifting your head too far. So again, 2 more, lift up. So arm, reach, back, relax. And again, this is a good one if you want to have a nice looking back as well. So again, lift up, arm, reach and touch, bring it back, rest and back with the forehead, and straight away come up, open up the knees, feet together, drop yourself down and stretch out your arms, shoulders. If you can, you're reaching as far forwards with your fingertips as you can to lengthen out the armpits as well. Hold the stretch. And then from there, coming up, and then we're going to come up and stand, and we're going to finish with a roll down. So feet hip distance apart, soften the knees, and then rolling down nice and slowly. Really think about the feet staying stuck to the floor as well. Heavy arms, heavy head. And then from there, just make sure you're relaxed, arms relaxed. Up you come, push your tailbone down to the floor. Drive the hips to the front. All the way up, shoulders back. You're done. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next week.